Hi, it's Suzie from Nail Career Education. All we need is a little fog now. I love this lighting. We're gonna do an ombre design with Halloween designs on top of it. It's gonna be really cool. Let's get started. Okay, so I've already painted my base coat. I find that you do have to put a white base coat down for the colors to pop off an ombre nail. I did try it the other day by just using the ombre and sponging on the three colors, and it looks really blah. Having a white base does give it a really nice canvas place to start. So I've already painted the white on there, a couple of coats, and I've let it totally dry. And now these are my three colors I'm going to use for the ombre. This is the background of the design that I'm going to paint on top. So I just give it a shake. And these are like I say, the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use purple on the top, orange in the middle, and green as it approaches the ground. Now, a couple of viewers did mention one of the ombre designs that I did, that they wet the sponge. So I did an experiment to see if wetting the sponge does help, and they were right, it does. The polish doesn't absorb into the sponge quite as much. It stays a little bit more on the surface. It doesn't really seem to help any difference in the blending or the look of it. It doesn't seem to make it any smoother, but it did help the paint not just soak right in so much. You might even be able to see that when I put the polish on here. So you just get your polish, paint it on, I'm going to do my orange, and then the green. So it's just slightly wet and then squeeze all the water out. Now I'm going to ombre it on. Some girls were putting some latex on their finger. I don't have that. I'm just going to clean it up at the end. But I do want most of the purple be at the tip part and the green at the bottom. And then if I want like the orange to sort of stand out more, I can just bend my sponge a little like that and sort of make the orange come out a bit more. And then sponge that on. And the same with the green. I can just angle it so I got the green on there. I like the bit of an edgy look it's got there. You can roll it on like that, or you can just start sponging. I don't want any white to appear, so I am pressing at the tip here near my cuticles so I cover that white. Make sure that is covered. That's nice, I like that. I'm gonna get a little stronger orange in the center. So I go ahead and just do all the fingers. And this is just preparing the colored background for the painting of the bats and the creepy trees and the grave sites that I'm going to put on as the foreground. That's a good amount of paint I got on there. And it seems to work for like 4 nails I got out of it. I'm going to stretch it and see if I can get 5 nails out of it. And if not, I'll just add. That looks pretty good. It's faded a little bit, but I kind of like it. I like that. I find if I'm going over it as it's drying a little, it's just kind of smoothing a little bit. I do kind of like the roughness though, because it is Halloween, right? Okay, so I'm just going to give this a few minutes and let it totally dry before I start painting on the black stuff. Okay? Okay, so these are nice and dry. Put a top coat on it too so that the calligraphy pen and the brush can slide around on it quite nicely. So it's completely dry, and now I'm going to just remove the last little cuticle paint. Make it nice and clean. This is how I remove all the paint. It actually cleans up really easy. I literally just go around the edge like that and just clean it up. Okay, so that's how I cleaned up all the cuticles. They get a little dried out, but I'm going to oil it right after. Now I've shaken the calligraphy paint, and what I meant by that was if you don't shake it up, it can be really kind of watery. It's not very strong color. So shaking it beforehand is a good idea, because when you take the lid off, if you shake it up vigorously just before, the bubbles are like all in there, like as if you put air through a straw in milk, it just bubbles up. That's what it looks inside there. The reason why that's a problem is because when you're dipping your pen, you can't see the edge, and the pen only needs to be dipped just the tip in there. So if with all the bubbles in there, you just can't see. So I shaked it up before, so it's all settled now, and it's just the surface of the paint, but it's actually all mixed. So we've done our ombre, and it's all happy and settled. It's quite a neat little Halloween color going on there. I like that. And then we're gonna dip the calligraphy pen, and I'm just gonna start painting on some designs that I think look cool. So I'm just freehanding it, and I'm gonna do, I think on this one, a creepy tree. Just kind of spindly branches, kind of creeping out. You know, what you'd find in a graveyard or somewhere creepy. And get that big tree trunk in there. I'm gonna bring it down, and it just kind of, the roots kind of go into the ground. Now I'm just doing the outline right now, so that I'm gonna fill it in with either the paintbrush, or I think I'm gonna use a dotting tool too. And then on the creepy tree, I'm gonna do a little grave. Maybe I'll just do the round one on this one. Now it is a silhouette, so I'm not gonna put anything in it. Just clean up that calligraphy pen. Clean it up right away, it won't clog. If you don't clean it up right away, it will clog. And then when you go to use it, it's unhappy. Then I'm gonna get the dotting tool. So I'm just filling in the black now. Just filling in that tree trunk. So this one I'm gonna go on, and I'm gonna do, I'll do a moon, maybe some bats flying around. I'll do another little bat. And then maybe a really fancy grave site here, like a cross. And then you just keep going on different designs. Just draw it all over the place. But the idea is just to create silhouettes. I'm going to draw a different kind of tree. So with trial and error, I just looked at different pictures on the internet, and I just got some ideas, and I erased some and took some off and started some new ones. I found the silhouette without coloring them in. Sometimes that looks cool too. So some I colored in and some I didn't. So I'm just gonna do a few little touch-ups. Yeah, I think that's good. That's definitely Halloween-y. So it's fun to do, and when you can experiment a little and see what works for you and what doesn't. And then when you figure out what you're good at, you can sort of use those designs and samples to show clients, and then you can just point to it and do that one. Looks cute. Well, that turned out really cute for the holidays. If you like the design, just give me a thumbs up on that. I really enjoyed doing it. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you in the next video.